When we talk about climate change, if we are talking about the carbon prints in the sky that we have, if you have problems, if you are living in an area that is filled up with smog during winters, and also not, you don't have any clean air to breathe. So these issues, this particular issue is that is linked with air pollution, the massive carbon print that we have in the sky. That is something that we have in our experience. We see it visibly with our eyes that it is there. So therefore, we want something to be done by our governments or by some authority in the country or in the world to curb it down. Whatever is required has to be done, because what we can see it, this damage which is happening to the environment right in that moment. So or else we see the polluted rivers that we have in our cities. So that also we can visibly see, and we trust our senses over here, and thereby we need a fix for that problem that is impacting us directly. We want to go for jogging in the morning, and the polluted air, it's restricting that particular activity that we want to do, or you want to do it. We want to do some exercise in open air, but there's no clean air, so it is impacting our lives. So we want that to be actually fixed, that problem. But yes, what we are not looking over here is that the real issue is soil. If you fix the soil, or if you get it fixed by speaking for soil, and make sure that your voice is heard, and your governments in the world or your country would be only counting the number of people who are speaking for it, for this cause. Only then it gets fixed, or any action would be taken on this particular aspect of your life, which is soil. So soil is the biggest carbon sink on the planet. That is what we are actually saying, and that is what being said. So yes, the pollution, the air has to be fixed. The carbon print in the sky has to be cleared. We need clean air to breathe and to survive and to function at our best potential. Our bodies need fresh air to function at its best potential. However, what's missing, the missing link over here is that we are missing the soil in this particular scenario. We are missing the very root cause of this issue. If you fix the soil with the organic content, the trees, they make sure they absorb the carbon from the air and they put back to the soil. And soil is the greatest, the biggest absorbent of the very carbon print in the sky that we have. So, irrespective of the pollution that we create, yes, we can ask for many alternatives to our transportation as well. We can try fixing those, but that would not still fix the problem. We are trying to see that fixing some of the elements would not fix the entire issue until unless we work on the core itself. You work on the factories who are polluting the air. Yes, yes, they are. They have to be some guidelines to them as well. The vehicles which are promoting the very air pollution. But what we are missing over here is that soil, the biggest carbon sink on the planet, if it is rich, if it is filled with the biodiversity, the microbes, the very worms, or any the life that it needs, if it is there intact, the trees and the vegetation, the required vegetation in the soil, or any sort of trees, or any sort of uh, it would work like any vegetation over there. Some vegetation is required to make sure, or anyhow we can get animals on the land. Animal waste is required to make sure the soil is rich. If the soil is rich, the soil is healthy, it is fertile, it's rejuvenated, it acts as the biggest carbon sink on the planet. If it is sand, it won't do its job. And then, even if we want to curb down the air pollution externally, it would not have a big impact, and nowhere we will be feeling that relief from the pollution that we are creating. So fixing your soil, making sure that it's rich, taking the action, at least we have to get on this point first of all, that we have to make the soil rich. Later on, and we can uh, understand the ways how to actually make sure it is rich. If we don't come to one single point to get the soil rich, the next sequence of steps would not take place. So the best and foremost step is to make sure we come together on one aspect, that is to make sure the soil is rich. The soil is rich and it's filled with organic content, which is minimum between 3 to 6%. If it is more, it's even better. For our agricultural land, the resources and the consumptions of water would decrease as it's been consumed in the times we are in, because the richness is lost in the soil. So if that is being taken care of, the pollution, the air that we can direct, that's impacting us directly, and that we can see it impacting us, can be taken care of by taking care of our soil. But yes, the disaster soil is facing, it's not in our experience if we are not conscious of it, or if we have not paid much attention to our bodies and to the agricultural lands that we have in our cities, or obviously not in our cities, but the areas outside our cities. So if we go over there and pay enough attention to the soil and the agricultural lands, they are facing their, we can say, the last times of their own lives, in their verge of becoming desert, at that verge. So if we don't fix it, because that is not in our experience, so it's not impacting us. But understanding the climate change that is happening, even if we try to curb down the things that are actually impacting as an external source of that pollution, if we don't work on the source that is actually taking care of the air by absorbing the required, the unrequired, sorry, non-required pollutants from it, it fixes the problem as an ultimate fix it is. Or else the planet will obviously take care of itself by making sure whoever is doing it would be would be like dealt with extreme, or you can say cruelty, but extreme cruel steps of nature would be in place. So let's save our soil and understand, even if it's not in our direct perception, it's still getting lost and becoming sand. We can ask for, you may see many people asking for proofs, they want proofs. But yeah, we don't ask our mother and father that we are their child, and if they are dying, we don't ask for the proof. So we cannot even think about asking for proof if we have a direct experience of it. We can see the air, the quality of air, that's in our experience, so we know it's getting degraded. But soil, it's not in our experience. We are getting our foods on our plates, so we are happy about it. We have no fundamental responsibility that, yes, there might be a time wherein it is not there itself. The food on our plates, the water that we drink. We even cannot imagine ourselves or a time like this. But yes, we are heading towards those times, and it is there waiting for us. In a way, a disaster is waiting for us. So let's make a turnaround together, because we are the one who have created this in the first place. Save soil. Let's make it happen.